How do I pay for my property in Spain? You've seen a property in Spain that you've liked, you've booked it, your solicitor has gone all over the due diligence and there's a green light, and the notary appointment to buy the property is immediately. So now you've got all your funds in your bank account in your country and you're wondering, how am I going to get those across to the seller? Well, there are several ways of doing it, and we're going to discuss the 3 more popular ones from less advisable to most advisable. The less advisable way of paying for your property is with a bank transfer, which can be surprising because bank transfers are something that we do every day. But here in Spain, bank transfers are generally not instantaneous. It can take up to 2 working days to get the money across from one bank account to another. So when are you going to make that transfer exactly? If you're going to make it prior to visiting the notary, then you're risking the seller just not appearing and fleeing with your money. If you propose the seller to make the transfer after you buy the property, the seller will likely refuse, right? They wouldn't want to sell the property to you at the notary and then maybe they get the money later. So this kind of system can only be recommended if there is a very close relationship between the parties. Even then, well, not even then really. So here at Pellicer and Heredia, we do not recommend paying a property via bank transfer at any point. Furthermore, they can be quite expensive, and even if they are instantaneous, there can be a problem of exactly when on the purchase process do you make the transfer. The second system is getting more and more en vogue lately here in Spain, which is not using the notary special escrow account. Some notaries in Spain, not too many sadly, have special bank accounts to make payments. So that means that prior to your visit to the notary to buy the property, you can transfer the whole of your funds to their account. Once it's there, you go to the notary to visit them, to sign over the property to the seller, and after that, the notary will make all the transfers required to the seller, to the agent. If there's a mortgage to cancel, they'll cancel the mortgage, and so on. It has a cost between 200 and 400 euros approximately, but the main drag is that not all notaries allow it, and most notaries may not be in agreement of receiving money that's in a different currency than euros, so bear that in mind. So that brings us to the third system, which is also the most advisable one because it's the classic, which is with a cheque, a banker's draft. That's how it's always been done, and it still remains the best system, or at least the most advisable system to pay for a property. That requires for you to open a Spanish bank account prior to the conveyance. You'll need that account nevertheless because you'll need it to to set direct debits for your utilities and your local taxes and the council tax and so on. So prior to completion, you send all your funds to the Spanish bank account, and on completion date, either you or your solicitor go to the bank office, you take out the banker's draft, the cheque for the total amount, and then you go to the notary. The deed is signed, and then the seller will give you the keys, you will give them the cheque. However, if that does not happen because there's any kind of problem, you just get the cheque back to the bank account, and that will have a €0 charge. Furthermore, taking a cheque from your own Spanish bank account is not very costly. It can be around €300, but that amount depends on the specific branch of the bank that you are going to use. So you can also find out beforehand how much it would be for you. As you've seen, there are several ways of paying for your property. Some of them are less or most advisable than others. If you need any information about ways of paying for your property or any information about conveyancing in general, please do not hesitate to contact us.